Last second shot, score, pull up on the block.
Jamal Crawford, that was unbelievable.
Score.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the show. Jamal Crawford, 3-time sixth man of the year. How we doing?
Great. What's up, bro?
All good,
Hall of Fame
JC.
nominee too. Come on now.
Stop that.
Come on
Stop
now.
that.
Hall of Fame.
Stop this.
Hall of
Hey,
Fame.
I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you.
This is the Vince Carter class. Everybody else is props. This is the Vince Carter class.
Not doing
Man.
this with you.
JC, we talked about
Both
it.
of y'all first ballot.
Right, you both earned
And
it.
then you know you next.
JC, we talked about it. John Morant back last night after 25 game suspension in a big way. What are your expectations for him kind of going forward for the rest of this season?
He's bringing life into not only his team, but to the city. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, like John, he wasn't technically hurt, so he could still work out, he could still play. And then he's not coming back for a role. It ain't like, oh, you got to come back so we got our star and you got to fit in. Like, nah, you come back to be Ja. You come back to be him. And he did that last night. I was happy for him because Ja is a great young man. I don't want to say kid. He's a great young man. So everybody goes through adversity. So with that, to him come back to make that statement on Mom's birthday, like come back and set the city on fire, hit the game winner on Mom's birthday, first game back.
First game winner.
Yeah, and first game winner.
And last night you see at the timeout, he was asking the guys, should we give the ball to Triple J in the post? How should we handle this closing game? He obviously missed some time. It's still obviously his team. He's the face of the franchise, face of the league moving forward.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. And what makes him special is his mind and how it works. I always said when I first saw him, I'm like, damn, he's a combination between D Rose and CP, like the way he thinks the game with that athleticism. So just seeing him back, obviously being unselfish, saying, you know what, we can go Triple J, I ain't tripping. But they're like, nah, it's the 12th team, you back, bro. So, and then deliver. You know what I mean? I think that gives confidence to everybody.
Absolutely. Big win for the Warriors last night. Draymond out with a suspension, of course. What's your take on the suspension, and do you feel like the league got this right?
I think they got it right because when I first saw him indefinitely, I was scared, to be honest. I'm like, damn, he's going to be out of wow. But then I started looking at it definitely again and seeing the steps they took. I'm like, oh, and definitely for them just means care. That they care about him as a person. They care about him, his future. Like not just in the league, out the league. We all hear horror stories when guys get out the league and they don't have the structure and how things could go. And Draymond's a good dude. I know him personally. You guys know him personally. He's fiery and at times, we've seen it work against him. So they got it right with the suspension, but I think they got it more right with getting the true help that may be needed.
Jamal, if you're on his team, you're in that locker room. What, if anything, do you tell him after this, last incident?
Yeah, I just tell him, just remember, that young kids out there look up to him, that he has a family and young kids of his own. And just take a second to think about it because you don't want him to lose that fire. That's what makes him who he is. But I also don't want this to be what he's remembered by for his legacy. Like, Draymond's a Hall of Famer, 4-time champion. Like, they need to remember you for that. One of the best defensive players ever, one of the best teammates ever. Like, Draymond has been so good over the years being a point forward that's allowed Steph to have the freedom he has. It's allowed Clay to have that freedom. He's been the heart and soul. He's a thinker for the team. So I want him to be remembered that way and not by the incidents that's happened.
How this team is currently built, you think they can win another championship?
I'm not sure they could win a championship, but I didn't think they could win that last one, when they went through Dallas and then Boston either. So you can't really count them out. Whenever you got Steph, you got a chance. And Steph it's weird because, as you guys know, VC is one of the greatest of all time. You one of the greatest of all time. Chandler it was cold as ice. Like, as you guys know, nobody wants to have those games if you doubt it because somehow you're going to find a way to come back. And within that, Steph has that inner drive. You know what I'm saying? He has that inner drive, and that's what's even more impressive. Like, he's accomplished everything, he's done everything, but to still have that drive at 35 years old, to still say, let's do this, let's go for one single game, I'm not counting on somebody like that.
I feel that. I stay in the West with you. The Clippers have figured it out. 8 in a row. That's my gang. That's my side right there. But those guys are playing great. You think they can come out of? You think they can put it together and come out of the West?
They got a chance. And when you have that much talent and they're willing to sacrifice and they kind of figure out their roles, I feel like no matter when Kawhi is healthy, and you know better than me, you play with him, when Kawhi is healthy, everything kind of has to go through him. Like he's going to take us where we got to go, and then we play around that. And he's not only healthy, he's engaged. You can see the bounce in his step when he's running. He's more like showing more emotion this year. Like he's more excited. Like, you know, contract years do that to everybody, right? But just the fact that him being healthy and being like, you know, I'm here, I think they got a chance because when the game slows down, that's when he's at his best.
Absolutely. It's good to see him engaged, like you said, because sometimes during games you can see him, he's kind of stuck in his ways. He want that ball on that mid-post, kind of slow the game down. He's methodical in his attacks, but how this team is built, they got to play a faster pace. They got to play a faster paced game, and so he's adjusted his game to that, and it's been working for them. So I give him credit for that. So with the Clippers rolling, how the Lakers are playing, who's the best team in LA right now?
Right now I'm going Clippers for sure. It's just they figured out who they are. Like you said, James has brought a new balance in this swag. You played with both of those. We played all three. Did you play with Russ too, Lou?
I play with I did. That's the only one I didn't play with.
That's the only one you didn't play with. So, I mean, the fact that they're playing the way they're playing, they're willing to sacrifice. James brings a different swagger. PG's rolling. Kawhi, obviously, like we talked about. And then Russ. Let's talk about Russ. Because, like, how he was portrayed in L.A., the L.A. Lakers, like, all this dude is a cancer in the locker room.
Right.
He's one of the most giving teammates I've ever heard about. And I never played with him. This is just what I heard. And I know him as a person. And for him to say, you know what, this isn't working with all four of us, I'll come off the bench and sacrifice, tells what kind of person he is. So I think that move needs to be more applauded because that move could be what saved their season and got them on track by him going to the bench.
Absolutely.
I think it definitely showed his growth, Russ's growth for sure, as a man and as a player for sure. But I want to ask you this. You know, Mac McClung was invited back to the dunk contest to defend his title. You were there. What were you most impressed about his performance that night?
That every dunk got better, and he didn't miss any of them. You know how it is. Like when you dunk in the open, you didn't miss any of them. It's different when we see it for the first time and it's completed and seeing it for the eighth time and you finally got it right? It's like, no, that ain't it. He completed every single dunk. The only problem was Mailman. Mailman was the black hand. He wasn't giving nobody no love, so we had to go hire some dunk. But everybody else just to balance things out. But no, it was fun to do that, for sure. I can check that off the bucket list.
And I'm going to follow up with you on that. So if you could pick any one, current players, because, you know, you get wild when I ask this type of question. But if you could pick anyone, who would you want to see him compete against in the dunk contest this coming All-Star game? You notice how I preface current player.
Yeah, you know where I was going with it. I was
I do.
Crossover, but any single person that's dunking right now,
or two. You can give me two.
I think Sharp in Portland is one.
Mm-hmm. Shaedon Sharp.
And VC, who you like? I mean, you dunk king. Who you like out there?
I mean, Shaedon Sharp would be my one. I think that would be a great matchup. Man.
It's a great opportunity for the league to get Ja involved.
I think so, and I think it'd be great for Ja. Another guy who I would say.
Yesterday, we said as part of his suspension, they should make Ja do the dunk contest. Get guys like Anthony Edwards.
That's the other guy is Anthony Edwards. I would like to see. You know what? And if Zach LaVine was up to it, I'd be or Derrick Jones Jr. Or Aaron Gordon. That would be the guys I would like to see to add. So it's kind of the older mix and the younger mix, and kind of see them kind of all go at it.
I love that, but if I had to pick one, I'm rolling with y'all. That Ja idea. Him back on the main stage, I'm going with Ja.
I'm gonna go with Shaedon Sharp.
I'm still going Mac McClung. Mac got all day to dunk. I'm going Mac.
Like
can he bring even more dunks we haven't seen though?
We asked him. He said he's got a couple more tricks in his bag.
Hey, he got some stuff. I've seen a lot of video. You know, he's out here in Orlando. He's playing for their G League team. But he is playing basketball, by the way. But no, he's an athlete. But I think McClung versus Shaedon Sharp.
That'd be good, right?
I'm here for it.
Can I ask y'all this? If they had a one-on-one contest for $5 million, $10 million, and you can see whoever you want to see get in it. The best players are the best. Could we do that? Could that be a thing? Could that be something people would tune into at All-Star?
It can be a thing. Shout out to T-Mac, first of all.
Yeah. Shout out to Mac for once.
Shout out to Mac, but I think that would be rather interesting because there's a lot of guys who saying that person can't guard me. And we saw Anthony Edwards, the clip where he said, he was trying to go at, who was it? Was it LeBron? But LeBron wasn't guarding him or something like that. Yeah. So I would love to see that. But, the way the young guys are today, and it's no disrespect, they don't want to be put in that position if they don't have to expose their brand. So I don't know if we'll get the best of the best.
How much more fun would it be to watch
Booker
play Jason Tatum one-on-one than watching one of these skills challenges that everyone changes the channel anyways?
And they're really going at it, though. Like, really, really going at it.
Yeah, they're going to go at it.
Anyway.
I don't know. I see it different, though, fellas. I feel like if you put these guys in a position to play one-on-one on national television, you might get some real sparks flying. You know what I'm saying? You have to put dribble minimum on it because you know how but you know how competitive we get. It's gonna turn into a hackathon, boy. It's gonna.
No, that's a fact. We're gonna get
especially
game point. For sure. You're right.
Yeah, it's
for sure.
It's gonna get competitive and it's gonna be a hackathon. They're gonna have to go to commercial 100 times. We ain't never gonna get through them games.
Jamal, there's a lot of questions about the Lakers, whether they want or they should hang the in-season tournament banner. What was your take on that? Do you see this obviously sticking around? A lot of positive feedback from this tournament. Do you think the Lakers should have hung it?
I think the tournament was dope, but I keep seeing that Kobe interview. He's like, we don't hang division banners. We just don't. But also, it was the first of its kind to be recognized. I think you hang it. But I think you hang it in a smaller, area with a different color or something. Because it can't look like the rest of the banners that took, years and years and years to kind of accumulate. So I would hang it, but it got to be smaller and it got to be a different color just to say, okay, we did win this tournament, but it wasn't like winning a championship. It can't feel the same.
I think Adam Silver was going to tell anyone they had to hang that regardless. They're trying to keep that going. That is promotion for the future right there. Because that tournament is there, we won't forget it. That's why, Marlon, we were on before talking about this, but
if they didn't hang it, this tournament is dead, right? Like they had to.
They forget about it. You forget about it.
But if the Clippers end up winning that and the Clippers hang that as their first quote unquote banner, then people kind of laugh at them, right? Or no?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the Lakers got laughed at too, so it was the same thing.
It's the same.
Say a Washington wins it and their banner is way bigger than what the Lakers did. I feel like you can't really have a right answer.
Right.
Jamal, is this something that you would have wanted to play in if they had this while you were playing, or would you just look at like this is just another game, in December?
CP, I wanted to play on a wet Wednesday in Utah. I want to play anywhere, anytime. It don't matter. Whenever, I would absolutely love to play it, especially
$500K.
500K. I'm not even like money driven for real, but like just to see younger dudes who are not, actually getting it like that, you would have definitely wanted to win for them. You know what I'm saying? So you can help support what they got going as well, because I didn't think it would be as competitive. There was so many teams that was so locked in and really like in it. And that was dope to see, because that's what we all want, especially guys that retired. Just compete, just go at it. And so for that to translate and then win, I thought that was dope.
Can I say one thing to that real quick, guys? What I thought was cool about it is how the young guys looked up to the vets, particularly LeBron James and probably other vets around. They looked up to them like, bro, he did this for us. This dude who got all the money in the world went hard for us to win, because they weren't playing, so they had zero control on what money. You were going to get 500 or 200,000, but LeBron made it a point to say, nah, I got you. Don't worry about it. Y'all chill out. So I think what that did for them, they look up to that man. They'll never, you can't say nothing bad about LeBron James to any of them young guys or any of the vets around the league for attempting to bring money into their pockets who don't have it.
And
that's what I enjoyed about it.
Go ahead.
I just enjoyed that he took pride in it. Yeah, that was it. I enjoyed the fact that he took pride in it, JC. That was really it for me. I just loved how he carried himself. He was excited. He got the fans involved. He was engaging. He made it exciting, and he restored order in the court. I am still the big homie. Y'all get in line. I'm still the big homie.
How crazy is that, DC? You played 22, right?
Yeah.
I played 20. Lou, CP, a whole bunch of years. How crazy is that he's at this level still? Like, this level he's playing at is unbelievable. It's ridiculous. Every single night he's still green.
It's unmatched.
And he has the most energy.
I enjoy seeing it, man.
Go ahead, Lou.
Go ahead, VC. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. He's the oldest player. He's bringing the most energy. He's still dominant. He still wants to be on the court. It still matters, regardless of if it's game 25, 12. It doesn't matter. Like, you still look on the court like, yeah, he doing it, but nah, he's the guy. He's the most dominant, and it matters to him. And that's what's crazy about it all. I mean, he can still get it how he live. Like, he looked like a young guy still.
Crazy.
Right. And JC, you can relate, man. You score 51 at 39. You still think you can go out there and get a 50 piece out of yourself?
A 50? Ooh. I don't think I can get a 50 piece, Lou. But I'm telling you, on the right night, I can put up numbers. If you told me I had a month to really get in shape, like true basketball shape, to play at that level, and I was going to get minutes and I was going to kind of be featured through the second unit or whatever, I can go do numbers. But another 50 piece, that was God, bro. That was God sending me off right. That's all that was. That wasn't me.
That was called in the zone, my brother.
Yeah,
All right,
you
Jamal.
get lost in it.
Tell you.
Oh, we got me, we got you, we got Lou, we got Vince, and we get a 5-man of our choice. Can we beat the Pistons right now?
Oh, God.
Hold on, right now, today is in December 20th.
We get a month training camp.
I'm about to say, we need a month training camp. Don't lie to yourself.
CP.
And we need a six.
We beating the hell out of the Pistons.
Load management, guys. We
need a 6th or 7th man.
Hey, CP, we got action. We got action. We got action.
We got action. I feel good about it.
Yeah, I like our chances.
I feel good about it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, CP, you're going to start off in the first quarter. You're going to get us going. Second quarter, I'm going to do my thing. BC, third quarter, and we going to the underground court to close in the fourth. We straight.
Yeah, I'm cool with sharing my time. Hey, I just want to get at it. But I don't know how it would turn out, but that would be fun, man. It would hurt me. You know, I'm the oldest of this panel, but it would hurt me. But I'm with you.
I'm serious.
There's some Pistons watching this show upset with us.
No, fact. But it's more
tripping.
But Lou, it's just more. We probably are. I mean, but it's just competition, and I think the competition of it all is what we live for, and I think it would be good for someone like them to see it. Like, bro, it don't matter. Like I've been sitting over here for 4 years now. Well, you too, Maul. But it's just. And CP, you've been out how long?
Since 2021.
That's what I'm saying. So, but to see the competition and how it matters, I think that's what maybe we don't win, but it just sees how it matters. And I think that's what they need to kind of get over their hump. They need something.
He said, maybe we don't.
CP, if you're coaching the Pistons tomorrow, if you get hired tomorrow for whatever reason, or your assistant coach or whatever, what are you changing to break up that mindset of losing that in a row? What are you bringing to the locker room? What are you telling them?
I mean, to me, they don't have the talent, right? There's some guys on their team that, just face it, that aren't NBA players. They have some future assets. I love Cade Cunningham. I love some of their pieces. But to me, it's all about effort. They got to leave it out there on the floor. You're not going to win every game. You're not going to win most games. But to me, as long as I see the effort, if I see them competing night in, night out, then I can live with that as a coach, right? We've all seen the film sessions where the next day we're like, damn, we don't want to watch that. We didn't box out. We didn't dive on the floor when we could have. I feel like when you have a team that's not as talented like them, you've got to be the best at that. You have to have the highest energy. It's not like they're the oldest team in the league either. They're young, they're fresh. So to me, I would just want to see them play harder, man, and like compete at some point.
Jump up the game a little bit.
Have some self-respect.
Jump up the game, switch it up, put a full court press in there. You're young guys, be active, use your energy, use your youth a little bit more. Like I just feel like that's what you got to do. You have to out athlete sometimes. If you don't have the knowledge, well, where's your motor? You can control that. That's stuff that you can control. I just think you just got to switch it up, man. I'm starting the game with a full court press just to look different.
Yeah, 94 feet. Throw a 1-3-1 in there, Vince.
Anything.
Why not?
Is enough.
Why not? So, hey, Mar, I want to ask you, who do you think right now in this league is the most underrated player that's not really getting, that's not getting any love? But who do you think is one of the most underrated players in the league?
I don't think a lot of people talk about Darius Garland like that. Like, they talk about him in spots, and he is nice. Like, Darius Garland's nice. I love watching him.
I want to throw Jalen Brunson in there.
Oh, for sure. He should be all-star this year. Jalen Brunson's the person who other stars want to play with because he understands what it takes to win. He understands culture. You can trust him. Like, he should be a face of a franchise, and he's going to get more people to come to New York. But he's all about winning, the way he plays, the pace he plays at. Lou and I both coach youth, right? So we're teaching kids to play off 2 feet. You can see everything clear when you get to the basket. You can see if you're open. You can see if you have a teammate open. Jalen Brunson lives in that space. Like, that's what he does. So he always is under control. I think SGA is cold. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's getting pub, but the way he's actually playing, my man is a problem. Like, if you really watch him, he is cold, and he's doing it in a way where those other guys at OKC can grow. So there's some dope ones out there for sure. There's a lot of talent right now.
Let me ask you this. On the flip side of that, I don't like to say NBA players are overrated, but if there's any guy out there, put your coaches and your GM hat on, who would you like to see step it up?
I don't think he's overrated, but I think Anthony Davis. I just feel like with all that talent, he has to be more consistent. Like, I was one of the ones last year, like, man, LeBron got to come out publicly and say this is your team like Wade did for him, for them to really take off. Bron's done that. They gave you the team. You can't have 40 and then 8 or 36 and then 6. Like, he's too good for that. His talent warrants so much more. He's one of the top 75 players ever, or he's voted that, right? So I think he's the one that really has to step up. I think Zion's the other one. I think Zion, people forget, Zion was going to be crowned the next face of the league. So that's why people are so hard on him. He wasn't just crowned to be a superstar. He was crowned to be the face. And then here comes Ja. Here comes, Wemby. Here comes all these other guys that are like, just took it. You know what I'm saying? And I think with that, that's why people have a problem with everything he's doing. Yeah, he's doing numbers, but it's like, bro, you're supposed to be the face. And you still can do that. And hopefully when the old generation or other people are saying things to you, it motivates you to go get that because you have that kind of talent.
It's crazy because these guys aren't overrated, right? Like, they're
not overrated.
No, they're not overrated.
We want more and we expect more out of them because of how good they can be every single day.
Right.
Jamal, recently, my guy Mark Cuban said you were the first ever draft pick of his that he hung out with, that he drove around. Listen, I got my own stories with him. He's very hands-on owner. What do you remember? What do you remember about that situation or hanging with Cubes?
Just how cool he was. Like, we playing rap, we just riding through Dallas and just chilling. And it didn't feel like it, and CP better than anybody. It wasn't like he was the owner. Like, we was really just boys chilling. And it's crazy because there's so many stories you never tell, right? But for him to bring that up, that's something I would have never even brought up. But like, he was just so cool. And I was like, damn, is every owner like this? Because this is his first year, so I don't really know. I'm a rookie. So I'm not knowing what it's really like, but he was definitely one-on-one even back then and a trendsetter. And it's dope to see all the success, that he's had since then. And people don't give, VC was just talking about that, people don't give that championship enough credit, the one they won. Like, how they had to do it, the roster that they had at the time, like, they don't get enough credit. And how he built that thing up. CP, they were one of the first teams in the league where we actually getting real food after games. And that stood out. Like, damn, we get real food? It wasn't like just something that, we had to put an order in or something like that. Like, he was a trendsetter. So it's dope to see him at a success.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Mal, right now, the Sixth Man of the Year award is named after John Havlicek.
Yes.
Should it be renamed after someone else in the modern era, perhaps the Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams Award? Something like that.
When a Hall of Famer like you speak, we all listen. So if you talking like that, to be honest with you, I think Havlicek obviously was a Hall of Famer. He did incredible things. But to this generation, they're going to look at Lou and myself as kind of, you know, champion that award. So with that,
that's why I said what I said.
Yeah, exactly. So I would think, you know, when I see kids all over the country, you know, in gyms from just coaching AAU, they talk about both of us. It's like we're synonymous with each other. So I think it would be dope to have that award or some. They got to be six, man. Ain't no some. It's that award. If that award was named after us in 5 years,
you didn't do it one time. You two did not do it one time. You two did not do it 2 times. You guys did it 3 times. Name me somebody else that's done that. I'll wait.
Hey, BC, and and also Lou, before you go, people did not want to be a 6th man. Nobody was like, it's a 6-man thing. Everybody, we all grew up wanting to start. So now that you see these guys, and you throw in Manu for sure, and Jason Terry and the ones before us, but even then, I still didn't hear people saying they wanted to be a 6th man. Tyler Johnson told me, Ma, I was the best player in the state. I came off the bench because I saw you, and Lou was my favorite player. So it's dope to see, you know, these young guys come in the league, and he just finished the league, that you had an impact on.
That is true.
We need that. I'm gonna keep it real. We need that.
We need that, Lou. We need that.
So,
we need that.
we need
it's a
that.
real thing.
Last question. Last question for you, Ma.
Lou, real quick. You think about the people that's gotten awards, and why did they give them awards? Because of the impact they had off of that award alone. You guys have a real impact off of that award, and it's no disrespect to the others that you mentioned, Maul, but like you guys have done it multiple times. That's called impact. I'm done.
And can I say one last thing before y'all go? When Lou, it started myself, when I didn't make All-Stars 6-man, it killed me because I'm like, how can you ask somebody to sacrifice and do what's best for the team, but then you penalize them by saying, oh, but they're playing against second-unit guys, so that's why they got these numbers. And when it didn't happen for me, I said, it's going to happen for Lou. Lou's averaging 20-plus off the bench. They went and put him in the All-Star game. And I remember tweeting that. I remember texting him that. There's no way that he should not have been an All-Star. He's one of the most feared players in the game, period, off the bench or not. You knew what he was going to bring to the table, so don't have somebody sacrifice as a 6th man and then on the other end say, oh, but I can't put you as an all-star because you came off the bench. That ain't right.
Y'all still close games.
Jamal Crawford, really appreciate you coming on. Thank you, bro.